Friends, good morning. So this gospel that we have this morning from Matthew, it is so rich. It's a smorgasbord of just spiritual depth here. I just want to encourage you, throughout the day, maybe after mastering adoration, just to take some time to go through some, just line by line, slowly savor this again, because there's so much in here. I just want to spotlight, I want to highlight just one kind of verse that Jesus speaks to us in this gospel that has, I remember over the years, it gave my heart quite a fright. There was something really fearful about something that Jesus says right here in this gospel that's what I want to spotlight and kind of preach about. He says, "Therefore, do not be afraid of them. Nothing is concealed that will not be revealed, nor secret that will not be known." I remember hearing that, especially in the seminary, dealing with my own healing journey, trying to integrate my life with the Lord, all of these things, and just feeling the fear of that. Like, you mean, Lord, that all the lights are just going to come on eventually? And what my heart felt in fear was that everything that I have struggled with and been ashamed of, all the stuff, all the failures to love, all the sins of omission, all the sins of commission, all of the secret thoughts, all of the negative, horrible things I've thought or felt or imagined, all of the wounds and insecurities, all of my faults and foibles. You mean that you're going to turn the lights on with all of that and everything is going to be seen and known, that everything concealed is going to be revealed? And then I remember I was sharing this with my spiritual director, all the fear associated with this, and he goes, "Does that sound like the heart of the Father?" I was like, wait, no, that doesn't sound at all like the heart of the Father. It was a huge learning lesson for me, that there is something that I needed to learn, that if I'm reading something or praying something with the scriptures and it inspires in me fear, as it did, like the bad kind of fear, not the good kind of fear, not like the fear of the Lord, right? But fear, anxiety, worry, trepidation, then I can be sure that the spirit animating my heart at that time is not the spirit of love, the spirit of the Father and Son, but the spirit of the enemy. So I remember asking, Lord, help me hear and feel what you really mean by these words. What are you trying to say? Everything about you, every secret will be revealed, all that's hidden and concealed will be made known. And I'm asking Jesus this, and Jesus says, look, everything about you that has gone or that goes unnoticed or unknown or unrecognized, everything hidden, everything overlooked, all the ways that within this fallen world that we fail to recognize the beauty and grandeur and glory of every individual person, all of those things, it will be declared boldly, loudly, publicly before all. There will come a day where the absolute glory and majesty of every single soul will be known. Everyone will come to see the unique ray of glory that you are. Like, you will not be forever overlooked, is what he's saying. As I was praying through this again the last few days, I was thinking about one of my absolute favorite books of all time. It's C.S. Lewis's The Great Divorce. If you've never read The Great Divorce, first of all, it's not about divorce. It's a marvelous book about heaven and hell and purgatory, and it's this imaginative journey that's taken by a group of ghosts who ride on this bus from the outskirts of purgatory, and they make their way to the outskirts of heaven. It's based on this medieval notion known as the refrigerium, where souls got to kind of have this reprieve from purgatory. Anyway, they come to the outskirts of heaven, and they're being persuaded by angels and saints coming down from the high mountains of heaven, encouraging them, begging them, cajoling them to enter in, to come up into the heavenly places, to become ghosts no more, to become solid people. And there's this beautiful scene later on in the book where this celestially radiant woman shows up. A stunning, holy saint. And of course, as you're reading along, if you have any kind of Christian Catholic sensibilities, you're thinking, oh my gosh, we're about to get a vision of the Blessed Virgin Mary. Like, that's what you think you're about to read. That's how it's being described, this vision of the Queen of Heaven and Earth. And the main character, he asks his guide, he says, is it? Is it? And his guide says, not at all. Like, no, that's not Mary. He says, it's someone you'll have never heard of. Her name on earth was Sarah Smith, and she lived at Golders Green. See what Lewis is doing there? Like, he's baiting you into thinking you're seeing of course, this must be the Queen of Heaven and Earth, this celestially radiant woman. He's like, no, that's actually some lady named Sarah Smith who lived on Golders Green. He says, she seems to be, a person of particular importance. The guide responds, she's one of the great ones. You've heard that fame in this country and fame on earth are two quite different things. And then he asks, who are these gigantic people? They're like emeralds who are dancing and throwing flowers before her. He says, haven't you read your Milton? 1,000 liveried angels lackey her. And who are all these young men and women on each side? They are her sons and daughters, he explains. She must have had a very large family. Every young man or boy that she met became her son, even if it was only the boy that brought the meat to her back door. Every girl that she met was her daughter. He's puzzled. He says, isn't that a bit hard on their own parents? No. There are those that steal other people's children, but her motherhood was of a different kind. Those on whom it fell went back to their natural parents, loving them more. Few men looked on her without becoming in a certain fashion her lovers, but it was the kind of love that made them not less true, but truer to their own wives. And there's all these animals, a cat, 2 cats, dozens of cats, and all these dogs, and birds and horses. He responds, those are her beasts. Yes, did she keep a zoo? I mean, this is a bit much. And then he responds, every beast and bird that came near her had its place in her love. In her they became themselves, and now the abundance of life she has in Christ from the Father flows over into them. I love this scene. I love this scene so much. Because why? All of our quiet, hidden lives, all of the Sarah Smiths of Golders Green, of Middleburg Heights, of Cleveland, of Parma, of Strongsville, the lives of hidden sacrifices, moments of trying to grow in virtue, the experiences of trying to pray, restless nights, sleepless nights, choosing love over selfishness, choosing right over wrong, choosing truth over lies, all of those hidden things that are shaping us, our hidden character. Like, it gets easily overlooked all throughout our lives, and yet the Father has promised, Jesus has said, I'm going to declare it loudly before the world, before everybody. It will be known. The beauty and goodness of Sarah Smith's hidden life was made known. She's one of the great ones. May we also, God willing, please be one of the great ones. Amen.